Hello everyone, my name is Alex with the Sachem Public Library, and today we are going to be going over creating laser engraved folding cards. They can be Valentine's Day cards, they could be greeting cards, get well soon cards, whatever kind of card you'd like. And we're going to be using Canva to create these cards. So the designs that you submit after we're finished creating them, we're going to be engraving onto wood. So there are going to be 3 total sides that you can engrave on: the front of the card, the inside left panel of the card, and the inside right panel of the card. The middle of the card is going to be also made of wood, and it's going to have a pattern cut through it. So because we're going to be cutting through that piece of wood there, we can't fill the entire card area with designs. So it just has to be those the middle left and right panels, and then the front panel that we can engrave your designs on. So I'm going to be creating some basic design ideas here to give you some idea of what you can start working with, and then you can customize from there, create kind of whatever you'd like. But I'll give you some pointers as to what can and can't be engraved, some good ideas or bad ideas for things to either look for or stay away from. So to start, you're going to need to make a Canva account. Canva is free to use, but they do have a premium tier. Some items on Canva are paid for, so if you already have a premium account, that's fine. Free is fine too. I'm using a free account. The only thing we'll have to avoid is just certain things that are labeled as premium. So we'll go through that in a minute. So to start, we're going to click Create a Design here, and then the bottom left, we're going to click Custom Size. And here we're going to change this to inches. And I want to make a generic 5x7 greeting card. So I'm going to hit Create Design. So this, I can make this the front page, and then if I hit Add Page here, I can set up multiple pages. So I can name this page Front, and then I could name this Inner Left, and then I can do the same thing for the third page that I'll make now, called Inner Right. So now I have all 3 pages that I'm going to be working on made, and we can start designing them. So we'll take a quick look through Canva. So on the left-hand side here, you have templates, so you can search for some kind of theme, and then you'll have a handful of results that'll show up. This might not be exactly what you want, but you might have something that you can find here that will get you started on something. So if we type in Valentine's, we can see there's a handful of different choices in here. And another thing to pay attention to, these are labeled as free, and if you hover over them, it'll say free in the bottom right corner here. The ones that are pro have this crown, and they're labeled as pro. So if you try to use that, it'll ask you to either pay for the design or subscribe to Canva Pro. So just be aware of when you're looking through things, some things are free and then some things are pro. So we can pick a template here, or we can ignore the templates and just go through something separate. But we'll start with a template for now. So when we're working with an engraving, because we're etching on wood, we don't want anything that is a movable graphic. We don't want anything that's like a GIF or a video, because we can't etch a video onto wood. We're also going to want something that's not super busy with a lot of different colors. Like this has probably way too many colors for a wood engraving to look nice. If we removed this brown background or black background and made that white, it would probably be a little better. And if we lightened that or inverted that, where the text here was colored and the background was white, that would probably also work. Something that's a little geared toward, or better geared towards the engraving, would be something like this. Not too complex. There's some lines here, but the colors are pretty clear and there's not too much going on to where it would create a lot of confusion and it would make the wood look too busy. So I can stick with that for the first one. And if we go through on the left-hand panel here, there's a few other tabs. So Elements allows you to look through different shapes or graphics, photos, videos, and different other types of things. So you can scroll through here, you can search. So if I type in heart, we can get a bunch of hearts. And then the same thing as before, some are pro, as you'll see here, and then some are free. Something like this would not engrave well because it's a GIF, and there's a few different colors going on. You'll get the static image, whatever it saves as, if you wanted to put that in there, but obviously it won't move. So you can pick a heart if you want, or you can search for something else. Or you can upload something custom. So if you find an image that you like online, or you did a design in Photoshop or Illustrator or something else that you created that you wanted to add to your layout that you're already making in Canva, you can upload your images here, and then you can work with those images and put them wherever you like in your design. And then lastly, over here we have text, so we can create different types of text, and then again, keep in mind adding way too many colors can cause issues with the engraving, so keeping it a little simpler will be better. And then same thing with text as the other ones. Some items are labeled as pro, and then some are not. So just make sure the thing that you're choosing and the font that you're choosing is not labeled as pro if you're not already subscribed or don't plan to subscribe to pro. So if we wanted to pick some kind of text, we can go with something that looks interesting. Maybe I'll go with that. That's labeled as free. So we can write in here. And then after you've typed your text in, you can adjust the font. So we might want to change the font to something else, or maybe we want to adjust the font size. So if we highlight the font here, we can see we can make this smaller. You can type in a custom font number. So if you wanted this to be 110, we could do that. You can also change the color. Color is important when engraving. So black or colors that are closer to black will engrave the darkest. And then anything that's white will not engrave at all. And the closer to white that you get, the lighter the final engraving will end up. So if you want whatever you're putting there to be burned deeper into the wood, make sure you either make it just plain black or you get it close to black if you're trying to variate or shade some words differently than others. So some word, like in this instance, the word happy will appear slightly lighter, not engraved as deep into the wood as Valentine's would here. So use your best judgment, whatever you'd like to create your design to be. Make sure that it matches for the color profiles, and I wouldn't make any text white unless you're going to be making a background around it, because white text here will not show up at all unless you have something to act as a negative behind the text. So you can also, for certain fonts, bold or italicize those fonts. You can use tools here to align the text in different ways. So we might want it center aligned in this instance, or we can change the spacing for the text. So if we want the vertical spacing to be different or the spacing between the letters to change, we can adjust that here. So we can add this there, and then I'll add a heart down here. And then I want the heart to be slightly lighter than the word. So I'll make the heart a red, and then I'm going to make this text black. I'm going to make both sets of text black. And then what I'll do is I will make sure that these are aligned with each other. So Canva will give you alignment guides here. So the vertical line is showing me that the center of the text here is going through the middle of the heart, so they are aligned left to right, and then I can adjust the positioning on the page if I want. Maybe I want them closer or further away, so I'll leave that like that. And then in here I can add some more text. Maybe I will add just a basic font, so we can go all the way up, and we'll pick subheading, and then we can type in here. And then after you typed in your generic text through here, we can go through and pick some fonts. And then again, some fonts are pro and then some fonts aren't. So maybe we want this for this font, and we'll make this 65. And we'll put that there. And then we'll put in my name here. And then I'll make my name a different color from the word love. So I'll make this that, and then I'll make love a different shade. Maybe I'll make that pink. And then I'll make my name bigger than the word love. So I'll make that like that. And then if this happens, you can adjust the size of the text box, and that will move the letters around. So we can make the text box slightly bigger to accommodate the larger font size. And then we can get the positioning that we want correct. And then once we're happy with all the positioning of everything, All three of these are perfectly fine. I like how it came out. So once you're done with all of your design, what you're going to do is hit the download button right here. And it's going to let you choose what type of file you're going to want. The only thing you can't choose is SVG, that is Pro only. In this case, I think the best choice would be PNGs. Leave the rest of this alone, and then it's going to ask what pages do you want. So in this case, we want all 3 pages, and I did label them. That way we know when you send them to us, which page that you designed goes where on your card. So make sure that you do name them. So to name them, you just click right next to where it has the page number, and then you can type in a name there. And then once you have everything named and your page is all set up, what you're going to do is hit download, and it should prep the whole thing. This can take a minute or two. It's usually pretty fast. And what it will do is it will download this file as a zip folder. Now, what you can do is you can name this project, or you can edit the name of the zip folder. So the name of the file is right here. So I can edit that, and I can name this my full name. That way, when we go to create it, we can easily see which file belongs to who, or you can name it something generic. So I can type in something like that. So now that would be the name of my project. And then when I go to download this, the zip folder that gets downloaded will be named whatever I name the project. So that's what I'll keep that as. And then once you have everything downloaded, the easiest way for you to send this to us would be to take the zip file that you saved and then add it as an attachment. And then once you have it as attachment, what you're going to do is you're then going to email it to studio, STUDIO, at sachemlibrary.org. Emailing it here will allow us to quickly see what everyone's projects are and then work through everyone's designs. And then once we get through your design, what we'll do is we'll give you a call, we'll reach out to you, or we'll reply to your email that you sent us and let you know that the design that you submitted to us is available for pickup. Now, also, please make sure to include in this email your name and then your barcode. That way we can make sure that you were registered for this class, and then we'll complete your design for you as part of the class. So again, the email is studio, STUDIO, at sachemlibrary.org. So thank you all for watching. I hope this gave you a quick insight into what you could do with this, and then come up with some ideas, and I look forward to seeing everyone's designs. Have a great day.